take control of the state, and both the federal and the state.
So what's your opinion about the cabinet of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu? Like I said, young people, well, 37, 41 on the cabinet, former governors, former deputy governors, serving senators, serving House of Reps members, all of them were pulled into that cabinet to make sure that the dividends of democracy is passed down to the people. But a lot of people had also asked questions that why do we still have past governors in the cabinet? Why do we still have people that have been FCT minister at some point, governors, and they still came in for screening? What do you make of the composition of the kitchen cabinet of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu?
You see, our president, Tinubu, is a wise man. He knows exactly what he's doing. The case is in tribunal. He's afraid. He doesn't know which way it will go. He's probably thinking, probably they might say wrong. If that is the judgment, they will now have the men at hand to gather together and win the election. I think that is one thing that he's trying to do, appointing all these powerful men to positions so that when the hour comes, they will work together to win. But what we should be ready. God owns the earth. The earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof. If he's not the correct president, if he's not the rightful person there, divine intervention will come in, and there's nothing man can do about it. But what he's doing is preparing the house for the rainy day, and that is exactly what he's doing.
Okay, you are actually a spiritual leader. So it meant God coming out to publicly endorse candidates, where we had political candidates going to places of worship, to the mosque, to the church, to get endorsement from the men of
they
God.
They go to Shiran too, but
well, I didn't follow them for that one, Mr. Joseph. But then, in the midst of all of that, religious played a very key role in this election, whether for the right reasons or for the wrong reasons, but it was a card that was used most especially by the political elite. How did you feel about that? That the people had to say, oh, this person is not from this religion, he cannot be this person. What do you make of that? And what did you think sold the Muslim ticket of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to the people of Nigeria to vote?
Yeah, you see, my dear brother, along the way we missed it. Everything ought to begin with God and ends with God. It's only, unfortunately, it's only when men are in trouble they begin to seek the face of the Lord. Because of the politics, people were afraid. They started running from one prophet to the other, seeking the will of God to be done. There's nothing wrong in any child of God or any person, whether Muslim or Christian, seeking the face of God during elections. But what is wrong there is trying to use God. You cannot use God. God will rather use you. What we see during the election that men trying to use God, moving from one prophet to the other. Some of the prophets were fake, some were genuine, prophecies were made. No. As a man of God, you ought to pray. The land belongs to God. The people belong to God. You pray that God's will be done. Because except God watches the city, whoever watches the city watches in vain. Except God sends a man, the man is in trouble. So the earth is lost and the fullness thereof, and the people are they that dwell therein. Therefore, if anybody must govern Nigeria, he must be a child of God. So that is why you see all of them try to pledge their allegiance to God during elections. After the election, immediately they have won, they will abandon God. That is not the truth. So therefore, I am saying every person to rule the country must be a child of God, because Nigeria belongs to God. You cannot be the captain of an army that are not your own. Therefore, if you want to be the president of Nigeria, you must be a child of God. If you want to be a governor, you must be a child of God. Nothing wrong with seeking the face of God, but continue in it and be genuine, so that through the inspiration of God, you can share the dividends of democracy to the people. And that is our prayer. We, the men of God, we are praying. On the other hand, that men of God should not participate in politics, I do not agree. Because Papa's land belongs to Papa's children. If we believe that the earth belongs to God, we, his children, must participate in the goodness in Nigeria. And only children of God can govern very well. That is why they see them speaking the face of God and pray for God to lead them. We are praying for them. We are praying for the person who can lead Nigeria successfully. That through divine intervention, the rightful person will come on the throne.
Thank you very much. I'm going to bring in Joseph Olorunso very soon. But in case you're just tuning in, you're live on Mainland 98.3 FM. This show is called The Situation Room, and it comes up every Mondays from 4 to 5. Sorry, every Mondays to Fridays from 4 to 5 p.m. And what we basically do is that we look at politics, we look at policies, we look at those conversations, perhaps those laws that the government is bringing up on board and they're not particularly people friendly. We bring them up to this platform with seasoned analysts to help us unravel and unbundle any conspiracy around those policies. So that's exactly what we do here. So in case you just stumble on it today, just keep it there on Mainland 98.3 FM. And I've been speaking with Archbishop Anthony Okosun. He's the chairman of Edo PDP Conflict Resolution Committee. He's also the vice chairman of PDP in the states and the chairman of the party in the Edo Central Senatorial District. Mr. Joseph, you have a question for the guest?
Yeah, Archbishop, the question I have is this. With the youth is a bit, we are trying to be active in politics. And whenever some of these politicians have an issue, sometimes positively or negatively, they use the youth to do some funny thing. We have some election coming on, whether Kogi, Bayelsa, and which other state? Imo. Those state election is coming out. What do you think we can do so that people should not use the youth to all capitalize on maybe the brotherly issue within Obaseki and Philip Shaibu and other issue? What we are saying is this: how do we channel the energy of the youth to areas that will benefit the society, benefit the state, and benefit the nation?
Yeah, see, the youth are very, very important. A youth is like the tap root of a tree. That's why Paul the Apostle said in the Bible, youth, let no man undermine you. But very, very unfortunate that some of our youth are allowing themselves to be used. If you want to win the election, you go and gather the youth together. They tie their trousers, put it on their head and say they are talks. Begin to fight here and there. And when the man has won and is going to National Assembly or House of Assembly to be sworn, he will abandon you at home. He will take his wife and children to go and enjoy the ceremony. You should be very careful. They should not allow themselves to be used. And secondly, most of these big politicians that are using the youth, their children are schooling abroad. You have sent your son abroad to go and study University of London, Cambridge. They are there studying. Then you are coming home to spoil and recruit a youth. Instead of helping the youth to be a responsible person, you will now hire him as a youth to use him to fight. So my message to the youth that they should not be allowed to be used to fight, because big men themselves, they don't fight. If they use, they use. Parents should stand up, because as I'm talking to you now, my son or my daughter will not do that. Parents should stand up onto their responsibility and tell their children not to be used as tools to fight or kill or murder or rig the election. No, it is evil, and whoever planted evil shall reap evil. So we are praying that our youth should be well guided and be blessed by God and be used, so that they too themselves that tomorrow shall be governors, they shall be presidents, they shall be commissioners. If they are thugs, they will not reach there, because the wages of sin is death. Sin is a destroyer. They should not be engaged in it. I pray for them that God will reach them so that they will vote meaningfully and contribute to the development of Nigeria meaningfully.
Thank you.
Being used as a tool.
Thank you very much, Archbishop Okosun. So now let's come back to Edo State. I'm particularly interested in this one because, of course, in the next couple of months, the campaigns will start, and then it becomes a fire for fire conversation. But again, day before yesterday, the deputy governor of the state, Comrade Philip Shaibu, actually came out openly to swear his allegiance to his principal, and he said he's loyal to Governor Obaseki. Governor Obaseki is like an elder brother to him, but he still wants to succeed Governor Obaseki. Now, in the eventual space that Comrade Philip Shaibu did not pick the ticket, and perhaps I'm not being preemptive, but you know Nigerian political calculation, he also came to the PDP from one particular party. So if he doesn't pick the ticket and he goes out of the PDP to somewhere else, don't you think that is going to be a major setback for the PDP going into the election?
Well, I really recommend that, because when we accepted 𝐿 to be our deputy, many other people contested. They were not taking. It's a seat for one person, not for 3 or for 4. So if 4 people are contesting for something, definitely it's only one that will be taken. So the rest should morally cooperate and work with that person that is taking. I believe by faith that when governor is chosen, 𝐷𝐸 will cooperate and join the queue and work for that person. If he decides to leave PDP because of that, then his character is questionable. But I know him to be a better man who will not leave PDP. He will work cooperatively with whoever is chosen. And secondly, let us know that the governor and 𝐿, they have been friends coming from a long way. That is father and son, when husband and wife, when they will settle, you will not be there. What you have seen outside there is public. Something is going on privately, and by tomorrow you see 2 of them laughing together, and the devil will be put to shame. That is my prayer.
Now, so, Archbishop Harvey, my question is this: for me, I'm from Edo North. If I have my way, we just say, okay, Edo Central should give it a slot. But my challenge is this: how cooperative? What is the unity in the Edo Central, that if they now say, okay, Edo Central produce the next governorship candidate from PDP, that you people will sit down, Edo Central will sit down and say, okay, we have a candidate free of crisis and the rest of them, then we now ask for support from Edo North and Edo South.
My dear child of God, we have no conflicts in Edo Central. What we are displaying shows that Edo Central is full of giants, is full of heroes and mahoganies, is full of politicians, intellectuals. That's what it shows. It shows of leaders. We have over 40, 50 men that are qualified to be governors. That's what we have. 𝐸𝐴 is blessed. They are talented. They are bulldozers. You cannot undermine them. So that is what we are seeing. That there are so many coming out is to demonstrate who we are. At the end of the day, in a twinkle of an eye, we will narrow it down and the best will be presented.
Now
and all the rest will kill behind and we will win the battle. Leave Edo Central to sort that out. Purely in terms.
It's a family matter.
It's a family matter. Because our leaders are competent, our leaders are able, our leaders are giants. They will take care of it in a trick of a minute.
Okay.
Secondly, the Isians are understanding. They will not fight themselves. No. What is there is exhibition of how talented, how blessed we are. That's what we are seeing. And we should class ourselves. Because there are some sectorial districts. If you go there, you will find 2 or 3 giants. No. Competition. Everybody is an hero country. Everybody is a bulldozer. Count them. Over 100. Even if you want 500, they are there. At the end of the day, the tree will just germinate. And that will be the chosen vessel.
So let's talk
about the land that produce a narrow. The land that produce an enemy. That is no problem. We are told.
Okay. Yes, and of course, Mr. Fix-It. So let's talk about some of the members of your political party that have been seen, have not been with the current APC government. Notably of them are to be the immediate past governor of Rivers State, that's 𝐷𝐸𝐴 𝐸𝐿. I mean, the whole fallout of the PDP primaries, and there was the G5, that the governor of Abia, Enugu, and of course the governor of Benue, the governor of Oyo State as well, alongside 𝐷𝐸𝐴 𝐸𝐿. They obviously worked against the PDP in their state, and most of them had actually come out to claim it. But now you have 𝐸𝐴 that is still a card-carrying member of the PDP, is a serving minister on an APC cabinet. In fact, when President Bola Ahmed Tinubu commissioned the leadership of the NDDC yesterday, the representative from Ondo State, 𝐴kinjo, is also a member of the PDP. What do you say about this? I mean, is this not anti-party enough?
To that, the campaign for Bayelsa,
the campaign committee for both Bayelsa and Imo election, Governor Nyesom Wike is actually on both names. That's for the political party. The Imo state, the Bayelsa list, Wike was there for both the PDP and the APC. What is going on? Is it that there's no line drawn by the PDP in terms of anti-party or indiscipline, or the people involved are just too powerful for the hierarchy of the PDP to deal with?
No, my brother, nobody, no single individual can be bigger than the party. One, what has been demonstrated that there are no intellectuals in APC, to the extent that they have to come to PDP to borrow brains and leaders. That is supposed to be established. So which means
Archbishop, that was below the belt. Go on, please, I'm with you.
Then secondly, yes, something went wrong somewhere. But however, it has been corrected. PDP now remains well focused. All those things you have noticed, they are going away. Our leaders at the top are capable of handling the situation. Just as Obafeki has done in Edo State. All the conflicts in Edo State, Obafeki in his wisdom has ironed it out. So the same thing is happening at the national level. Everything will be over. PDP remains PDP. Then at that time we stop. They come to beg us to give them men to help them to manage the affair. We tell them no. You can imagine a whole APC, a national party, they don't have intellectuals to help them to govern. They are going to PDP to be begging to say, come and help us. Well, since it's Nigeria, we don't want Nigeria to scatter. So we will control it and put our hosts in order so that our men will not go there again.
Okay, I would open the phone line very soon. I would like to keep you on standby because I know a lot of questions will be directed at you so that I can listen to them and respond to them also. But before we do that, there's going to be 3 mid-season elections this year. There's going to be one in one in Imo State. There's going to be one in Bayelsa State, and there's going to be one in Kogi State. Now, the number of PDP governors that we have in Nigeria keeps reducing almost every election cycle from the 2015 till now. What chances does your party have to make sure that those 3 mid-season elections before the one in Edo State next year, that your party can actually, bring out good results? If you look at Kogi State, for instance, the PDP candidate in Kogi State was a former House of Reps member, a former, senator, and one of the presidential spokesperson to 𝐷𝐷𝐾 Abubakar, that's Senator Dino Melaye. Now there's the one in Imo State. They're still all over it and all of that. Do you think your party is prepared now to go into this 3-state election and have victories for themselves?
Well prepared. In fact, the performance of the ruling party, APC, is already helping people to come to PDP. I'm speaking to you now from Uromi. If you come to Uromi now, the road from Uromi to Ubiaja is blocked. That road, trailers have closed it. From Uromi to 𝐻𝐸𝐻 is blocked. From Uromi to Ewu is blocked. No movement. The administration is so bad. Infrastructure is so bad. The road network is so bad. Hardship is so high. Everything has gone bad. They are talking of palliative measure. What palliative measure? Palliative measure for them to gratify their wives, their children, and their relations. Are they going to pay something to somebody that pay cold body? Who do they know how to say? All those local people, how do they be helped? Weight transport from my house to the town is 1,000 naira. The people are suffering. And all those that voted APC without election, they are started to regret. And I can assure you, any election now, massively, they will vote for PDP. Because when PDP was in power, it was not like this. Since they came in, they have ruined the nation. It's very, very sad and unfortunate. I think the poor infrastructural development will help PDP to bounce back to power.
Thank you very much. So we'll have to engage the listeners now. And in case you're just tuning in, I've been speaking with Archbishop Antonio Koso. Is the state vice chairman of the PDP, but then he's also the chairman of the Edo PDP Conflict Resolution Committee. He's from Edo Central, and
the chairman of PDP.
His senatorial district are pushing for the position of the governor in the 2024 election. Obviously, the North had produced, the South had also produced. For in the spirit of equity and fairness, that's what my guest is actually holding on to.
And I want to just add one thing. I don't know how they do that permutation too. If you look at the local government in Edo State, Edo South have 7, Edo North have 6, Edo Central have 5. Which means even the permutation is again. So to me, if you cannot look, okay, I'm not saying issue of weak.
I understand.
I think it's time for us to say, okay, this is our brother. Let us just give them. Except they say they don't want, which I said. Okay. If they say they don't want, then they send it to.
They can bring it for you if you say if they say they don't want, they can give it to you. So let's allow the people join the conversation. I've had, of course, Mr. Joseph Folonsho live with me in the studio. We're just looking at the whole issue between the governor of Edo State and his deputy, Governor Ghozil Obaseki, and of course, Comrade Philip Shuaibu. 0913-600-0410. I still have my guest on the phone. He's going to listen to some of your questions, your comments, and he will respond to them. Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Okamdelina from Mafuluku.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I have one question for the honorable there. The question is, why can't they, if this is real democracy, why can't they allow everybody to contest and let the party members choose who is going to be their governor? It's as if the present governor is trying to force a particular candidate on the people. Why can't they throw the thing open? It should not be all about what the governor is what the governor wants. I don't think it's democracy. Bye bye.
Thank you, Kagbilina. 0913-600-0410. Keep the calls coming in. Hello, good evening.
Hello, Papa, good evening.
Your name and where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Sudan.
Okay, you're welcome.
God bless you.
Good evening, sir.
Now, I feel sad. Not only for PDP, and the way appointments are doing so. Although for me, I don't normally follow the appointments bid. This I have when the present governor want to go for second time.
We're really struggling to hear you. Maybe you can change your location so that we can hear you well.
All right, sir, but I'm hearing you.
Yes, I think it's better now. Go on.
So, for me, I feel sad for our political to come outside now with this kind of a thing. For how many years of deputy, that is Mr. Philip. How is it not going to happen? As far as I'm concerned, what I can do with a little play between themselves without this. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you very much. 0913-600-0410. You can also drop your comments on our social media platforms. I will read them. Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Okay.
Good to have you join us on the show today.
Yeah, it's 𝐴𝐻𝐿𝐴𝐻 calling from.
𝐴𝐻𝐿𝐴𝐻, you're welcome.
Yeah. Truly, if you ask me, I don't see any difference between PDP and APC. That is the truth. So they should leave telling us all those stories. What we need are people who are fresh, new people to come on board. Then also, talking about what the Archbishop talk about Christians coming into politics, I think I disagree with him. It's not the blitter. All the Christians that came into power, they came by the excellent spirit of God in them, by divine arrangement. None of them joined politics. That was why Christ made it clear that if that is why the devil made it clear to Christ, saying, look at it, all the glory of the world and his beauty, it has been delivered into my hand. So if you do not bow, you cannot take it. So that is it. So a Christian cannot join politics and bow to Satan. I think it's true.
Thank you very much. Keep your calls coming in. I'm sure my guest will disagree with that position also, but I'll take his opinion about that very soon. Let's just pick more calls. Hello, good evening.
Good evening this evening, Okoyemi.
You're welcome.
I greet our guests in diaspora and the one in the studio.
Good evening, sir.
Mm.
My name remains 𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐿. I want to tell our Archbishop this. Since independence, those who have been ruling this country as a governor or president is either a Christian or a Muslim. You've not been faithful to with the citizen. So please take religion out of what is on ground now. If I will have my way, let the traditional rulers go through. After that, yes. Nigeria is a multi-dimensional religion. This thing. Let the traditional rulers their way. So stop bringing Bible code to it. Obaseki is not doing the right thing. Philip himself is not doing the right thing. If somebody from his zone is the present speaker of the house, he is the deputy governor that is going out, somebody should tell him that he should go and kill. Let Obaseki as well, she's saying it's open for everybody. But he's looking for somebody to succeed him so that they will cover all his men. No politician in this country have our interests at heart. But we do not know.
Thank you very much, and also thank you for joining the conversation. 0913-600-0410. Hello, good evening. Hello.
Hello?
Please, you need to put down the volume on your radio set, or you turn it off completely, please.
Yes, I completely switch off my radio.
Okay. Your name and where you calling from?
I'm Mr. 𝐷𝐵𝐻𝐿. I'm an man.
Okay, can you move closer to your phone a little so that we can hear you well?
I said I'm an man.
Okay, please. You're welcome.
Yes. The issue is not between Shadow and
Obaseki.
It is the tour of an Ishaman to hold, and it's not negotiable. You have me well.
Archbishop, are you hearing us?
I said it is not negotiable.
Okay.
We produce a lead, we produce a professor. People we have presented as professors, they are very capable. So we have people that can rule Edo State perfectly well. So Shadow is just wasting his time.
Thank you very much. 0913-600-04. Yes. Thank you. We appreciate your contribution. I will read some messages now. For my guest is still here. This is Bola from Okota. The Edo State governor should know that the card he played against his former principal, Senator Oba. Okay, I'm sure he meant to say Oshiomole. Is also going to be played back on him. If he leaves the PDP chartered, Edo State APC will win the election. Okay, thank you very much there. This is caller from Ikorodu. Whatever is happening in Edo State is simply because the states don't have development plans in their minds. They just want to hold on to power and hold on to it as long as they can. Okay, well. Okay, keep your calls coming in. I still have my guest on standby. Is going to respond very soon. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Okoye.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. My name is 𝐶𝐚𝐭𝐬𝐀𝐩𝐩. In fact, I want to thank all the guests. My daddy, I disagree about it. He said that we should, like all the callers already said, they move religion out of this thing. Now, this religion they are using to convince us since 1950. And everybody will say that they are child of God, they are child of God. If they wanted to get power, they will be pretending that they love God. But when they enter, they will be doing devil something. They are tired of that one. I'm tired of Muslim and Christian. And one Babalawo to come and rule now. So not a Babalawo. What are you talking about? They use religion to convince us. I don't support if they wanted to be a religion that they preaching. That's why I like some religion people. If they want to preach to them, tell them the truth. Don't come to the power and be using religion to be convinced us. They are trying to get one. And they're pertaining to PDP. PDP don't know what they are doing. They are blue, they are there. So, is it wicked bigger than PDP? They don't know what he's doing. One side APC, one side PDP. You know, they never wanted to do a Chakolo, wanted to do a Shakara. Let them know where you are belonging. What even wicked is doing? None of APC can do it when PDP is there. They will shoot them there. APC are very, very smart. We are proud of the idea. This time around, we are waiting for the government of 𝐴𝐴 after 𝐴𝐴 maybe Supreme Court. But we are waiting for them in 2027. They are tired of what they are doing. For Edo State, Edo will decide. I'm not from Edo, but Edo have intelligent people. They know how to do everything. They are tired of APC and PDP. They have another party that that they can vote for. That's what we decide for what they want. And the last by enter too. For this time around, we are tired of all these people. We are tired of those people. They don't have anything to hide here.
Thank you.
What happened in Gabon is still coming. Thank you.
No. I should have taken you off earlier now. Well, I've always said it. Whoever is opening up and saying is Gabon, is Cameroon today, and I'm telling you, if you come up to openly call for a coup, is a treasonable felony and you'll be jailed for life. Go and read the constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and there's no way. I mean, I would tell people the worst form of democracy in life is still far better than the best of the military.
And we'll be talking here.
I mean, you're picking up your call. You're saying the president is this, the president is that. You're calling people, and you think where the military. See, I don't have any other job anyway. I still want to be on mainland FM, and that would be a huge check if the military takes over. So let me bring back Archbishop. I'm sure you've heard some of the things that the people have said. Election is a very important thing to Nigerians. So always look forward to the election window. Let us have the opportunity to change whatever is not going well. But so far, it's not looking like what the people actually want. Not just about this election, even from 1999. I mean, at some point, we have a president in this country that came out to openly admit that the election that brought him into office was actually marred with a lot of issues. What do you think should be the mindset of Nigerians going into election? Typical Nigerian mindset going into the election, as we wrap it up on the show today.
Yeah, thank you very much. One of our brothers said Christians should not be involved in politics. I think that idea has to be corrected. Are we saying Christians should not be registered voters? Question number one. That in a country like Nigeria, that the Christians should not be registered voters. Two, if Christians can be registered voters and to vote for somebody, are we now saying they cannot be voted for? That is very, very nice to say that I can vote for somebody, but I should not be voted for. No. We are Nigerians. And whether you're a Muslim or a Christian, every human being is a religious animal. So we should exercise our right. Go and register as a voter, vote on the day of voting, and if you are qualified, come out to be voted for. And that is one of the first steps to repair the country. Because it will take the fear of God and some other divine inspiration to rule this country very well. A religious person will not go and fight during election. A religious person will not go and ring. A religious person will not go and be corrupt. All these ones that are being corrupt, yes, claiming to be religious, some of them are church goers, some of them are just Muslims. But a genuine child of God will stay away. If this country must be repaired, let us bring in religion. We cannot undermine religion. Then, two, that of the governor and his deputy. As I said earlier, they have been friends. They have been working together. I believe that something is going on behind the curtain. Very soon, they will smile. If you give the governorship to Edo Central, the deputy governor has no reason to leave PDP. They are to kill and work for Edo Central. Because Edo Central work for him. One good turn deserves another.
Thank you so much, Bishop. Okay, we need to wrap it up on the show today. We're really pressed for time. But of course, you can just chip in what you want to say quickly, sir.
Yeah, what I wanted to say is that we, the Edo Central, we are praying. We are begging our brothers in Edo South. We are begging our brothers and sisters in Edo North and Edo South to please allow equity, fairness, and justice to play by giving us the 𝐘𝐨𝐲 House 2024. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Archbishop Anthony Okosun, the chairman of the Edo People's Democratic Party Conflict Resolution Committee. Is also the vice chairman of the PDP in Edo State and is the chairman of the PDP in Edo Central Senatorial District. Thank you so much for joining us in the situation room today, and once again, happy birthday to you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Okay, I had to let go of my guest. I mean, he should enjoy his day. We've taken about an hour out of it now. Now that we've opened the conversation now, what do you think would be a key deciding factor in the Edo election 2024? Just a minute.
The governor will be a deciding factor. Then Edo South, Edo North. Left for me, except Edo Central City, they don't want.
Yeah, you keep saying this thing.
Yes.
So if they zone it to them, would they say they don't want?
It depends now. I'm from Akoko Edo, and I feel that if you look at Tonanini supporting Benigio very well, he's from Edo Center. So if someone will be supporting you, you should have the fear of God and say, okay, it is time for me to support you. And again, look at the permutation. 5 local government, 6 local government, 7 local government. A lot of things are
just wrong for Central.
So it is time for us to say, do you know what? We are all brothers. So let us support them. Except they say they don't want, then
this thing makes me laugh. Because I don't even know how they will say, we have zoned this thing to your place, so they will not come out and say, Edo people, we don't want to, we don't have anybody that can. Thank you so much, Joseph Olonjo, for joining me in the situation today. And of course, thank you so much, Archbishop Antonio Kosu, for also joining us all the way from Benin, that's the Edo State capital. Well, that's about the size of the package on the show today. I mean, the time flew so fast today. God's prayer in our lives. Tomorrow is Thursday. Myself and Mr. Miwa Adeyemi, the head of political desk of Guardian newspaper, will be here for a fresh episode of the Situation Room. My name is 𝐲𝐻𝐻 𝐻𝐻𝐻. Keep your dial locked on mainland 98.3 FM. If you want to move around, make sure you go around with your radio set, because you don't want to afford to miss anything. God's prayer in our lives today once again. I'll be back tomorrow with you for a fresh episode of the Situation Room.
You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM.